Call this meeting to order, this September 23rd, 2021 Franklin Municipal Planning Commission. With a roll call, Commissioner Allen,
Present.
Commissioner Franks,
Present.
Commissioner Harrison, absent, Commissioner McLemore,
Present.
Commissioner Mann,
Present.
Alderman Peterson,
Present.
Commissioner Williamson,
Present.
and Commissioner Orr present. Accommodations have been made to ensure that the public is able to participate in the meeting. The public may participate in the following ways: watch the meeting on Franklin TV or City of Franklin website, watch the live stream through the City of Franklin Facebook or YouTube accounts, email comments to planningintake@franklintn.gov to be provided in full to the commission and included in the minutes, but not read aloud in their entirety during the meeting. Emailed comments are accepted until 12 p.m. noon on the day before the meeting. Comment in person in the boardroom. Speakers will be asked to fill out the speaker card prior to the meeting starting. Speakers may sit in the boardroom or wait in the lobby. Item number 1, consideration of approval of the August 26, 2021 FMPC minutes. Do I have a motion?
Move for approval.
Ms. Peterson, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? Nays. Item number 1 passes. Citizen comments on items not on the agenda. Is there anybody out in the audience who would like to comment on an item not on our agenda tonight? None. Announcements, staff?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to make an announcement that Emmeline Acres, the project that went to BOMA, recently got deferred back to Planning Commission. It is not on tonight's agenda. The applicant requested to self-defer. When they do submit again, there will be an additional public notice made so that everyone is aware it will be on the agenda.
Okay, thank you. More?
And another staff announcement. Last fall, BOMA authorized city staff to work with the OHM consultant team to work on a preliminary master plan for a new city hall, which will replace our old City Hall Mall that we currently use as a city hall on its prominent location on the public square in downtown Franklin. This included significant public outreach this spring, and we're proud to announce that the preliminary master plan and round 1 community engagement results are released to the public on our website, www.completethesquare.com, with hyphens between the words. The preliminary master plan is the culmination of feedback from department interviews, the functional space needs staff working group, city employees, city boards and commissions, and the community at large. And the consultant team is going to present the findings of the report and the master plan on the September 28th BOMA work session. Over the next few months, we'll have another few meetings scheduled for outreach, and it also includes a second survey. And the meetings include the special DRC, or Design Review Committee, meeting on October 4th at 4 o'clock here in the training room, a virtual family room chat, which is our public meeting, which is virtual, on October 5th at 6 p.m., and a joint conceptual workshop will bring the plan and the engagement results to a joint conceptual workshop for the Planning Commission and new board following the election on December 9th. The round 2 results and the master plan final are scheduled to return to the BOMA in February of next year for approval. So check out CompleteTheSquare.com to see the master plan. There's a short video overview of that on there as well, and also the survey. So we hope to engage you all as the Planning Commission in the upcoming months. And as another reminder, TAPA is holding its Planning Commission training on November 5th from 8 to noon that day. And it's to provide the 4 hours of state-required Planning Commission training for this year. We'll send out registration details once we have them. Thank you.
Thanks. Are there any non-agenda items to place on our agenda tonight? Does anybody have anything? No. Moving forward. Consideration of items 3 through 6 on the consent agenda. Do I have a motion for,
Alma moves for approval.
okay,
I'll second.
and second? Commissioner Allen?
Aye.
Commissioner Franks?
Aye.
Commissioner Harrison is absent. Commissioner McLemore?
Aye.
Commissioner Mann?
Aye.
Commissioner Peterson?
Aye.
Commissioner Williamson?
Aye.
And myself votes aye. Item number 7, consideration of ordinance 2021-21, an ordinance to amend the Franklin zoning ordinance and zoning map as part of an annual update. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is the annual zoning ordinance amendment that's before the commission tonight for a recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. A number of topics were discussed at the August Joint Conceptual Workshop, and they include setbacks for platted subdivisions that didn't have side and rear yard setbacks, encroachments into the rear yard for appurtenances like screened-in porches, a preliminary Historic Zoning Commission recommendation change to include that recommendation for certain overlay districts that might be impactful to historic resources, some text-to-table formatting changes is what you'll see in the ordinance as well for ease of use and usability. We did talk about some permitted use changes, and I'll get into one of those a little bit more where we had some conceptual workshop feedback on that, and then a handful of rezonings, which I'll mention as well. So at the joint conceptual workshop last month, we talked about adding photography services as a home occupation use in residential areas. And staff had suggested that it be permitted as a home occupation but limited to one on-site client at a time, and that it occur outdoors on lots of 2 acres or more. But we received some feedback at the joint conceptual workshop to look at smaller lots so long as that screening could be achieved. And so we are proposing that it be on 2 acres or more, or if it can be fully screened from off-site, that smaller lots can be considered for that. And then no activities to take place in required yards, so that we maintain some buffer from adjacent properties if there are outdoor activities. Starting into the rezonings, the first is a rezoning to the FFO district for some property that FEMA approved and changed the floodplain boundaries to. Our FFO should match the floodplain boundaries adopted by FEMA, so this is an update to reflect those boundaries. The second one is a rezoning of the Williamson Medical Center to restore its additional height that it had prior to the major update in 2019 to RC12. A rezoning for the McLemore House Museum that's on 11th Avenue North and Glass Street to CI and the HPO district. And another rezoning for the Merrill Williams House in the Natchez Street community at the corner of West Folks and 11th Avenue South to also CI and the HPO. And a rezoning for a property on 2nd Avenue South where the Five Stones Church is located from CC to the OR district to align with the OR district across the street. So here we are at the Public Hearing and Planning Commission meeting tonight, and then the next steps are the October 12th BOMA work session and first reading, then a November 23rd BOMA second reading and public hearing, and third and final reading on December 14th with an effective date of January 1st, 2022. Thank you. I'll take any questions.
Have a public comment? Anyone from the public like to comment on this item? Please come to the lectern. State your name and address.
My name is Misty Westaby. I'm on 3234 Boyd Mill Avenue, and we have a photography business at our home. And I would just like to say that, as for our business, it's a very peaceful, we have families, children, high school seniors, and to be able to do that on our 2.5 acres versus going to other locations, it's very private for the clients. It's private that we're not, just in everyone else's space when they're out with a picnic with their families at the park, because we can just keep that in our location. So I would just ask, just want to ask that it would be considered. And I do have this one sample just to show the type of things that we do, but it's very secluded. And thank you so much.
Thanks. Anyone else from the public? None? Staff, you are the applicant. Do you have anything else to add here?
That's all.
All right. So is the home photography part of what we are going to vote on, or do we need to get it added?
Yes, it is part of the ordinance before you tonight.
Just want to clarify that. Do I have a motion?
Move for approval.
Second.
Proper motion and proper second. Commissioner Allen?
Aye.
Commissioner Franks? Commissioner Harrison is absent. Commissioner McLemore?
Aye.
Commissioner Mann?
Mr. Chair, I actually have a quick question, if that's okay.
Oh, sure.
Sorry. I'm obviously perfectly fine with what that's intended to cover. I'm just thinking about unintended consequences of that. What else is the definition of photography within the zoning ordinance, I guess, or is it defined? I apologize, I meant to look that up ahead of time.
It's not defined, but if it's not defined in the ordinance specifically, we'd go to an online dictionary
Okay.
of national acceptance
Okay.
and look up photography and services if someone questioned what that was. But it's taking photos, and typically a photography studio is what that would entail.
Okay, that's also how I would interpret it, but I wanted to make sure. And videography? No. Okay, thank you. Aye.
Alderman Peterson?
Aye.
Commissioner Williamson?
Aye.
And I vote aye myself, Commissioner Boyle. Motion passes. Item number 8, consideration of resolutions 2021-140, a resolution by the Franklin Municipal Planning Commission to amend the Franklin subdivision regulations. Staff.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Resolution 2021-140 is here tonight for your consideration for approval. Just as a quick reminder, the subdivision regulations went through an update with the zoning ordinance update in 2019. This is the first update since that adoption in 2019, and it just includes some minor cleanups. We discussed these updates at the August joint conceptual workshop, and they include to remove vesting from the final plat section, adding language back for clarity on side lot lines, and then finally clarification that if someone takes an instrument to the Williamson County Office of Register of Deeds to divide a property, does not require the city to accept it as a buildable lot.
Okay. Any public comments on this item? None? You're the applicant. Any further comments from staff?
Well, this is the Planning Commission's document, so this one won't be a recommendation to the board, but you'll actually be approving the resolution to change the subdivision regulations tonight.
All right. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second. Alma.
Alma seconds. Discussion. Anyone? All right. Commissioner Allen?
Aye.
Commissioner Franks? Aye. Commissioner Harrison's absent. Commissioner McLemore?
Aye.
Commissioner Mann?
Aye.
Alderman Peterson?
Aye.
Commissioner Williamson?
Aye.
And Commissioner Hoare votes aye as well. Motion passes. Motion to adjourn?
Before you
Oh.
make that motion, can I make another announcement again? At the Joint Conceptual, I wanted to thank the city staff for the work that they did with the rezoning of the Macklemore House to its correct use, and also to the 264 Natchez for the future use as a heritage center. So we appreciate everything that y'all did to move forward with this. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Kelly, for talking with me.
Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We're done.